Good morning everybody. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton Bristol North. My name's James, I'm the sales manager here at the hotel. Hope we're all having a great day. Firstly, just say hello to everyone that's live. We've got many people live, George, at the moment.
No.
Couple going live. Please, lots of thumbs, likes, comments, anything like that. Any questions throughout the time, please feel free to get involved. Lots of interaction would be great. So firstly, obviously, at the moment, difficult times at the moment for many brides and grooms. Unfortunately, the only way we can do show runs at the moment is virtually. It'll be great when we can get you back in the hotel and really showcase the hotel to you directly. But at the moment, like I say, it's all on phones and things like that, virtual mode, which is great. And secondly, big thanks to guys for giving us this opportunity to obviously showcase the hotel on their platform. It's a great opportunity and we thank you greatly for that. So today here in Bristol, we're just going to show you around the hotel, a range of different function rooms that we can meet different needs. Obviously intimate weddings we can do and larger weddings. All of our function suites are licensed. A bit about the hotel. So DoubleTree Hilton Bristol North. So North Bristol is obviously in the title. We're located just 10 miles from Bristol City Centre, on the outskirts of North Bristol, just off junction 16 of the M5, easily accessible in a tree-lined environment. So although we're just off the motorway, it's actually a very quiet area within the hotel. Plenty of car parking spaces, things like that for the family and friends. And like I say, a great location for those people wanting to have a wedding in this area for the southwestern Wales. Come on in, George, let's go into the hotel and we can showcase our facilities. So like I say, we're just going to go through the main hotel entrance with the lighting changes. That is the reason for that. So we're now going into the hotel. So as soon as you walk in the hotel, you come straight into the hotel lobby. So this is quite a large, spacious area. So our bride and grooms love this space because this is the first point of call that your guests will have. So when they arrive the morning of your wedding, it's a lovely space where they can sit down, have a drink, meet one another. So obviously for some family maybe coming from afar, and they can have some drinks at the bar and things like that. Our reception desk is just to the right hand side over there. So that's where obviously you can check in. One of the advantages of obviously a hotel wedding is the accommodations. We've got 164 bedrooms here. And like I say, we do early check-in for guests if needed. So obviously check-in is normally 3 o'clock. And for those arriving the day off, we'll obviously give them a facility where they can get changed in if needed. Otherwise we'll check them straight to the bedrooms. Our bar is over there. So that's our court lounge bar. So this is, like I say, a lovely airy space for guests to meet as soon as they come in. They can get a drink, have a mingle, and then wait until we take them down to the ceremony. A few different choices for ceremonies. Okay, so we've got our smaller ceremony rooms, which you can do 20, and then we've got larger function suite where we can do up to 150 plus for ceremonies. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through to our Pagoda Area, which is our licensed outdoor seating area. So let's just go and have a look at that. So it's a little bit windy here today in Bristol, so if everything blows a bit, just be wary if you want to follow us through, George. So this is our pagoda. So this is a fairly new addition to the hotel. We're just going to go back so you can have a better view of it. So this gives us the opportunity to promote and obviously allow guests to get married outdoors. So just a view there. So at the moment we've got that set up with chair covers and bows. There is draping at the moment at the back, so it has to be draped just due to legal reasons so that nobody can actually look in for the wedding. Special thanks to Tucker Wilson Events. They provide us with the draping and the chair covers and the bows, so they're included, the chair covers and bows, within all of our packages. And then a special thanks to Tiger Lily Florists here in Bristol themselves, who provided the top table flowers. Big shout out to both of them, so many thanks. So this can, for a ceremony, we can do from 20 up to 60. It really is a lovely area. Just around us, obviously, to either side, we have got some grass space. So if you've got children coming, things like that, we can put Jenga out, garden games. And when the sun is shining, obviously this space is a lovely area just to promote for the outside wedding ceremonies. We've also got chairs and things like that. If you decide not to use this as a ceremony, it's obviously lovely just for drinks reception. So you can get married in a minute when we go down to our Redcliffe suite. That's licensed for ceremonies down there. So anything over 60, you'd need to then go indoors. And then you can come out here and have drinks and things. It's a lovely alfresco dining area, heaters, lighting, everything like that. So it's all one self-contained area. And like I say, for this area it's 20 to 60 in terms of numbers. If we'd like to work our way back, we'll go back into the hotel. Anyone got any comments or anything, George? Any questions, queries?
No questions yet.
Perfect. So just go back into the hotel lobby now through these double doors. This is the same route your guests would take when they go down for their wedding breakfast. So we're just going to go on our way down to the Redcliffe suite. Unfortunately today I can't actually show you our large Redcliffe suite because we've actually got a conference in there, but I'll just show you the foyer area and what we can accommodate down there, so if you'd like to follow. So all of our function rooms are on the ground floor, okay, so everything's easily accessible. So if you've got anyone with mobility issues attending the wedding, absolutely fine. There's no stairs, no lifts, nothing like that to go up. It's all on the ground floor. And like I say, this is our Redcliffe suite, and this is a lovely suite, and I'll go through it why. So this again is a very large floor. I will keep my volume down a bit, I know I shout quite a bit, just due to a conference taking place. So a very large foyer area outside the room. So the suite is made up of 3 rooms. So you've got 1 large room or 3 sections, so each third is exactly the same size. The good thing about that is it can be utilised for weddings. Okay, so quite often, depending on numbers, Redcliffe 2, which is straight behind George now, that will always be utilised for the ceremony. So if you can imagine that the bride is getting ready either here or has arrived, she'll come straight through here. So in terms of dresses, things like that, there's no cakes or anything like that. It's one long path straight through to Redcliffe 2. That would then accommodate up to 50 people for a ceremony. And if it's more, then obviously do 2 sections. And then for the wedding breakfast, you then utilise 2 sections. And then for the evening part, you use the whole suite. So all soundproofing dividers, and that's probably what our bride and groom love most about here, the versatility. Okay, so we're very versatile. We can do whatever sizes we want to do. It just gives us an option to be able to do larger weddings, smaller weddings, because we've got them spaces. Have we got a question, George?
We do. Burford Bridge asks, when is a good time to get married?
Listen, here in DoubleTree Bristol North, we have weddings throughout the whole year. So in terms of space, obviously, if you wanted to do a ceremony outside, it's probably the best time is when the sun's shining through the summer months. You know, we do head weddings here. We have to do Christmas weddings here, so obviously we can theme the room whatever you choose. So Christmas weddings we do. Summer weddings obviously probably the preference, but in terms of our rates and everything's the same, so we don't have seasonal rates or anything like that. So in terms of us, whenever you want to, we've got that facility for outdoors if you want a summer wedding, if you want an indoor kind of a Christmas themed wedding or an autumn themed wedding, obviously we've got facilities for that. So for us, anytime you want to get married, we can accommodate it. The other good thing about this area is that we've got the private entrance. So you're on one self-contained area. So guests can use that entrance either in the days or obviously evening guests. You've got the toilets down here, so baby changing as well as disabled, ladies and gentlemen, so all in one area, and the kitchen facility is just inside there. So you're in one space. And this foyer is perfect for evenings. Okay, so you can imagine you've got 150 guests in there, and a disco, dance floor, everything like that. So the dance floor goes down, DJ booth setup. You can then use this as a buffet area. Okay, so your guests can come out of here. Those people that don't want to be in there with the live bands, things like that, they come out here, have their buffet and photo booths, anything like that, utilising this space. So like I say, very versatile, and that's probably what the brides and grooms like most about this area, is that they can do as they want. Okay, nothing is set in stone. Okay, we can move things around, we can do barbecues out in the pagoda if people want that for kind of a wedding breakfast, we can do hog roasts, whatever you want, lots of different options. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into one of our smaller rooms now, which I've got set up for a wedding breakfast, just so you kind of see how we'd set up rooms and things like that, and then we can go from there. Do you want to follow me, George?
What's availability like towards the end of the year?
End of this year? Top of my head, October, November, and December, we do have some availability on Fridays and Saturdays, so please, if there's any short lead inquiries coming through to us, like I say, our packages, like I say, range from just shy of £4,000, so our lowest one based on 60 in the day and evening. However, we can tailor a package to whatever you want. So you know, if there's a request, anything like that. But yeah, we do have availability for later on in the year. We've also got weddings taking place if allowed. Obviously, I know we're waiting for guidelines, and for 15 or 30, we can still do those. So just let us know. We did do a wedding in October for 30, so we've still been having weddings taking place. But yeah, availability at the end of the year is absolutely fine. If you send us through, I'll give you our details at the end. We'll do you a special deal and things like that, no problem whatsoever. Especially if you're watching me live on here, you can have a deal. Would you like to follow me, George?
Bernice, I think you may have joined us a little bit later. Just a second ago we were in the courtyard, which is a lovely place to take photos, so feel free to watch the video back and have a look at that.
So we're just going to go into our Avon Suite. So this is one of our smaller rooms. Obviously, unfortunately, we weren't allowed to show you the Redcliffe Suite, but this is the kind of wedding breakfast layout that we could use. Again, like I say, this has all been provided by Tucker Events Limited, Tucker Wilson Events Limited, so big thanks to them for doing that. And if you want to just come round to here, I have been able to put up on here, just basically this is a 3D virtual tour of our space that just gives you an idea of what we can offer in regards to the space. So when that zooms in a minute, you can see it. You see you've got the draping at the back, starlight backdrop, and obviously wedding setting all laid up inside there. So that kind of gives you an idea of what's inside the suite. You might also have seen somebody else. So this is
Hello,
Gareth.
good morning, everyone.
This is Gareth. Gareth's our food and beverage manager here at the hotel. So the way things work in this hotel is that you would deal with myself and the events team, anything from 2 years, 18 months, 12 months, 6 months, whatever you want, up until your wedding day. and then Gareth and his team would then take over. We feel it's very important for Gareth to be involved, so 2 weeks before we'd always get Gareth and his team involved, because they'll be the ones running your wedding on the day, and all of our packages do include menu tastings. So maybe 4 to 6 weeks before, depending on what you want in invites, and if you're doing set menus or shared menus, we'll get you in to try the food, and obviously then you can pick your food and speak with our chef and obviously create what dishes you'd like. Gareth, if you want to just give us a bit of background information on yourself and your experience.
So first of all, hello everyone, good morning. To everyone watching at home just on the Facebook Live here. So welcome to the hotel. As I say, my name is Gareth. I will be basically your your dedicated wedding host on the day of the wedding itself, okay? So that will be anything from the very start of the day right up until the very end of the wedding. And as you can see, we've got just a taste of what we can offer to you really within the room setup. Unfortunately, we can't show you the full thing at the moment, but it's amazing how much we can transform the space that we do have here in the hotel. My experience, I've been doing weddings now for roughly just over 8 years now in various venues throughout Bristol. Personally, I have quite a good relationship with things like the registrars who do come to the hotel, various suppliers, and just obviously have that eye for detail now in terms of what really sets it apart from just a basic wedding to making it really, the dream day, which is what we're doing, we aim for dreams.
Perfect, thank you. And what do you think makes us different to the other hotels in and around the Bristol area?
So personally, I think something that we like to do here, which James touched on, is really build a relationship with the couple themselves. It can be very transactional sometimes in places where I have worked. If you have particularly high volumes of weddings throughout the year, it can be almost like a conveyor belt where you have one wedding onto the next. So very difficult to build a relationship and make it feel unique to obviously to the couple. So something we do here is build a relationship with yourselves when you would come into the hotel. So I would get to meet with you and know you before a few weeks before the event. Obviously, we should make sure that everything is perfect for you just on the day, and that you obviously get to know me as well, and we can obviously make everything perfect for you just on the day. And we're not obviously meeting for the first time on the day. So something that we just like to do here. And generally, we have the space here. Anything you want to do within this space, we can make it happen. We never like to say no to people as much as we can do. We'll explore the options if they are there and make sure that it is generally perfect for you on the day.
One option, Charlotte. Yeah, of course. If you wanted to swap the welcome prosecco for something like mulled wine or hot chocolate, of course.
Absolutely, we can link it around seasons, things like that. Whatever you want to do, we can personalise it. If there's more gentlemen coming in, it's sooner have other drinks rather than prosecco or Pims or cocktails even. Gareth and the team can create whatever you want to do.
Exactly. If it's we can go and buy it if we need to, whatever you want to have. We've got the template of the wedding, as it were. It's there for you to chop and change things as much as you want to. We are there to be flexible for you as much as we can do. And that includes on the day of the wedding itself. If there's something you want to change on the day of the wedding itself, or we need to change things here and there, that is for us to guide you through. It's important that you just relax on the day itself and enjoy the day, and we are there to take the stress away for you and the nerves, and you can just follow us through the day and head to the very end of the wedding and just make it the best that it can be for you.
Perfect, many thanks. We're just going to go back through to the lobby now. We've almost finished, everybody. Just bear with me. So in terms of, I know a few people may have mentioned about photography, so yes, photography to be utilised out in the Pagoda area. Again, as